We're live chat. We're live YouTube. Please work. Oh, good lord. YouTube. Come on. Is it working? Um, it says we're live, I think. Yep, we're live. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with the news.
We're not gonna get into those.
Sorry,
What was that? Good lord. What
background
is up?
noise.
What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with the new stream, and that is right. We're live on this beautiful January 21st, 2025. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself. I should say 2026. We're joined by Mr. Real Texan Politics, and
Whoa.
this will be a quicker stream, everybody. I thought, you know what? I don't want to do a full-on stream later tonight, though. This might be a longer one because maybe they hold the Clinton contempt of Congress. We'll see. But right now, everybody, it's gonna be a shorter stream. You know, there's not a lot of stuff going on right now, so I thought, you know what, go live for a little bit, talk with some stuff, and kind of dip. So, yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. Of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content. And if you do have any questions or concerns, or want to support the channel even further, the best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I will read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. So, yeah, we have a bit to talk about today.
Well,
Let's
let's get into some news that broke probably
yeah,
a
let
few
me
hours
post
ago.
this on
So,
YouTube.
5 years ago, the Texans that are watching the stream, I don't know how many there are, probably remember there was a big freeze, caused a big power outage, and in the midst of that, Ted Cruz decided to go to Cancun, probably because of his daughters, whatever. Fast forward to today, we're forecasted to have a major freeze, particularly in North Texas. That'll probably result in power outages. And Ted Cruz is flying to California.
Yeah, let me just pull this up. Let me post it on stream. So,
So,
yeah, a good old Ted Cruz has learned absolutely nothing. Seriously.
yeah, he's learned nothing. Like, okay, he's already like hated it in Texas, and he's trying to be. This is like probably a speed run to becoming like even more hated than he already is. He's already, I
Yeah,
think, the
now
least popular politician in the state.
Yeah, now let's be clear about one thing. Like, are we saying he planned this trip during this? No, this was obviously pre-planned, like the Cancun thing.
Yeah, the Cancun thing was pre-planned too.
It just like this, the whole. It's just the optics of it. It's like seriously, like Texas,
Yeah.
like you said before the stream, they have some bad storms, but it's supposed to get really bad in Texas.
Mhm.
So that's the issue people have, and it's not a good look to be doing this in the middle of an ice storm. So, yeah, Ted Cruz, everybody.
What is up with Ted Cruz and always leaving at like the worst possible time?
It's Ted Cruz. It's Ted Cruz. Not a very smart individual.
He's
from the
never
looks of
he's
it.
never been, he's never been a big, optics guy. He's already, again, like I said,
Yeah.
he's the least popular politician in
The
Texas.
Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spikes has been a member for 29 months, late American politics. Yeah, again, I'm just gonna do a quick stream today and call it American Nerd. But again, guys, make sure to share the stream and stuff. Get people to watch. It's kind of a last second thing.
We'll call this the American Nerd for Two stream because that's basically what it's going to be. I think American Nerd for Two will do more commentary than all of us combined.
Oh gosh, American Nerd for 2. Hey, Rap, thought you weren't streaming till later. Again, I just thought today would be a quicker stream because honestly, nothing really happened this morning. So I thought, do a quick afternoon stream when
Well, actually, we do have news from the World Economic Forum about the EU.
Well, yeah, that's gonna be the point of the
Uh,
stream, kind of. It's about
yeah.
we're gonna talk about Trump's speech there. It's going pretty good. So, yeah, American Nerd for 2. When 2030 comes around, should Cruz be primaried? He's gonna be done at that point
He's not running for re-election. I'm pretty sure he's going to run for president
and get
I don't
absolutely
think he's. I think he's
crushed.
done in 2030. Yeah, no, I think like in Texas, like Cruz and Abbott are like, man, what are you do? It's like they should have retired. Especially Abbott should have retired like last cycle, and Cruz should
Yeah,
retire
not
next
too
election.
smart.
But at least Abbott is still seen as being like popular by I mean, obviously I have problems with Abbott, but like the electorate sees him as being like a conservative governor. So
Commander John for
Yeah.
2. Cruz better than Cornyn. He backs Trump 2028. Oh God. Trump 2028 is not gonna happen. I'm sorry to break it to you for the 50th time. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, sorry, Steve Bannon, it's not happening.
Well, I mean, he's deluding himself to run for president, which is just
Mhm.
sad to see what happened to Steve Bannon. That whole crew of people, they've just not so much Steve Bannon, but the other people. You know who I'm talking about. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
I don't know who you could possibly mean. Does he run like a polling firm or something?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
quote unquote a polling firm.
The other guy
Yeah.
like a lawyer or something.
That crew of people. Just listen. I mean, I- you can have disagreements on stuff, but when you go that low to like insult people and like make stuff up and then ignore what you're saying, I mean, he was claiming some crazy stuff about British politics. You guys see that? What he said about the British elections like 10 years ago?
Oh, didn't he say like David Cameron threw away like the biggest mandate?
Yeah,
But then it's like Boris Johnson won like a huge mandate
yeah.
and then got crushed by
He
Labor several
he
years later.
claimed that David Cameron and Theresa May, they had a historic majority, he claimed. Guys, he had to get, I think was the what's that third party in the UK called?
Lib Dems.
Yeah, he had to beg for the Lib Dems a coalition with them the first time around. And in 2015, he got like a 2-seat majority or whatever for the government. He never had a historic majority. That was Boris Johnson. He's just making shit up. Oh, this is the same thing as Trump. They never even had a majority, for crying out loud. What are you talking about? And then he pushes that reel. People are believing it. And just he's lying about it. It's like, dude, it takes 5 minutes looking about Wikipedia. It's
Well, and
right there.
I think you brought this up too, Rap. But it was that Boris Johnson also had to deal with COVID as well
Yeah.
too, and so that's another reason why the conservative majority fell apart.
Well, it was more so to do with that. I mean, people were not happy with
Mhm.
Brexit, but that was more so a symptom of everything, not really the
Mhm.
cause. Well, what killed them was the Partygate stuff.
Well, the problem with Brexit wasn't that they exited the EU. It's that like one, it took so long. Like it took like what 4 years for them
Yeah.
to actually exit the EU, and they really didn't have like a full blown plan in place afterwards because then COVID happened like immediately after.
Yeah, so they had a panic and stuff. That's what actually happened. But no, according to him, it's the same thing that happened to Trump, I guess. Somehow Boris Johnson had a what? How can you even compare the UK to the United States like that? How? What?
Totally different
And also,
countries.
Boris Johnson was objectively worse than than
No,
Trump.
Trump is bought by the deep
Um,
state. Everybody, he's done nothing. I'm getting so sick of these people.
No, Boris Johnson. Or one, the electoral system in the UK and US are like two totally different electoral systems. And second of all, like Boris Johnson is like he's not just worse than Trump. I would say in terms of like right wing leaders, he's worse than George W. Bush.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Bush was actually conservative on some social issues. You had that.
Yeah,
going for him.
Bush's problem was like he was just like dealt a kind of a hard hand after 9/11, and it's like I'm not defending all of the decisions his dad made, but you can sympathize.
Well,
with
he
him that
just gave
still-
his problem is he just gave Dick Cheney way too much power. That was his problem.
Sure, I guess.
Well, and then
but-
Hurricane Katrina really
Yeah,
wrecked
that
Bush.
killed his legacy.
Hurricane Katrina, I think, wrecked him even more than the war in Iraq
Well, because
did.
the war in Iraq, even though it was unpopular, it really didn't cause him to collapse. Like he was still hovering around 45% or whatever. It was when he botched Hurricane Katrina, they fucked that up. The war in Iraq again, that just was on top of it. That was the thing that broke the camel's back, kind of thing. So
Yeah. The thing with no, like Boris Johnson, like Bush left the GOP in a very bad state. Sure, Boris Johnson like didn't just leave the conservatives in a bad state.
they got replaced.
They're like in fourth. They're gonna be in fourth place if like
Well,
Green.
They might take
I
second place.
I think Labor will still place behind them because Labor's polling
Yeah.
horribly right
We're
now.
to the point now where conservatives might take second place now. That's how bad the Labor's getting. That is pathetic.
And also, the conservatives did overperform the polls like in the last election.
Yeah.
Like I think some projections even had them getting less than like 100 seats, and they got like I think 120 or something.
Yeah. So, let's see here. President Gilbert Getty up for 5. The Zodiac Killer running away. Yeah, presidential material right here, guys. He's definitely beating Vance and Rubio. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Yeah. American Order for 2. Did Trump say he's going to invade Greenland or what? No, he's actually said they're not going to invade
No.
it. which is just
He said they weren't going to do military action.
wow, what a shocking turn of events. He's not going to actually invade Greenland. Gee, it's as if he was joking. Freaking dumb shits. Commander John for 2, it'll happen. I'll vote Trump 2028. Sorry, it's a wasted vote. Simple Logic for 5. I love how Scalpa said is our caddy queen. Love how he would just casually toss shade at dare anyone to challenge him. Snap, snap. Oh gosh. Well, I mean, like he literally beats the shit out of people, which is hilarious.
Well, what else is there?
But yeah, I don't know.
We had the big news from yesterday. The new Vance baby.
Yeah, before we forget, but yeah, Vance is having a 4th kid. So, congratulations. I was expecting the worst with the announcement, but you know what all the comments were filled with?
Something about the kid not being white or something.
No. It was actually kind of wholesome. It was either like the meme of like JD Vance, like the freaking like the memes of him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It depends on where you're getting it from. If you go on AF Post, it's gonna be
Yeah.
in
But
Indian stuff.
Well, yeah, no, but it's like
no, if you go on AF Post, it's gonna be all of the Pakistanis and Guatemalans who are gonna be like trolling about like the kids' race for.
Yeah, but then it's
their
like
own reasons.
because AF Post posted the picture of the family in India. So
yeah, and then the freaking Usha Vance, like her comments are just like the Vance memes or like Marco Rubio. It's like every time something happens, there's Marco Rubio's involved now.
Yeah,
He has a new job.
I read the comments and I was really happy to see there were no groypers, no retards.
Yeah.
At least on the main post. But yeah, if you go on AF Post, it's gonna be like all the groypers and they're bullshit.
American
they
Nerd
are
for
a Goy-
2.
well, they are a Goiper news site anyway.
American Nerd for 2. Why would he rule out invasion? Greenland isn't needed because we could just buy it off of them.
And also, like a direct invasion of Greenland is like extremely unpopular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
like
funny thing is,
70% of
oh, go on.
No, like 70% of Republicans like oppose it.
Yeah, but it's
Including
like the funny
myself.
thing is we could just buy that shit though.
Yeah.
Just buy it. Like now, I don't think it could pass the Senate because that would be a treaty. Like you would have to pass through the Senate, and there's no way in hell any Democrat votes for that. Maybe Fetterman, but outside of that, you maybe got like I don't know. You need for treaties, isn't it 2/3? Right.
I think it is. Someone told me that there was some loophole the admin could use, like where Greenland is essentially annexed in like all but name. I forget what exactly they described it, but there is a way they can do it without it like being admitted as like a territory.
Well, I always thought it'd just be like a Puerto Rico type thing, but I don't know. We'll see, I guess. We shall see. Let's see. He might name his kid after Kirk. Maybe. I don't know.
Probably so.
We'll see.
Other news. What else we got?
Yes. We'll talk about
let's talk about Katabugazele.
Wait, what happened? What?
What is this?
Okay, so she missed a candidate forum yesterday because what is it? She has narcolepsy and slept through it.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, that's her excuse.
Hold up. Say that again.
She missed a candidate forum hosted by Indivisible Edgewater, citing narcolepsy and sleeping through the event.
You're
this
telling
isn't
me
the first time. Here's the thing. This isn't the first time she's missed forums. She actually missed a live streamed candidate forum about Venezuela because, and I shit you not, she was in Los Angeles live streaming with Hassan Piker.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
She doesn't win the primary. She doesn't seem like a very serious politician, but maybe
here's the thing. She actually is a serious candidate. Like she's actually polling pretty well.
I mean, she should be in jail still from.
Yeah, she's not a serious politician. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
She should still be in jail from like the one time that she was blocking ICE from like doing their jobs too.
All right. American Nerd for 10. Congratulations, Vance and kid number 4. This proves all the haters wrong as they kept pushing his marriage was in turmoil. Also, he's gonna be the first VP in history to have a kid while in office. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I'm actually shocked by that. That's the first time the second family's having a kid in office.
Wait, the first time the VP is happening?
Yeah.
Which is shocking.
Yeah, I think the first time was like 1870 or something.
Yeah, there's been a couple presidents have had it. Well, obviously JFK, but
I think Arthur had like a kid in the office.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
but it's like the
I
first
think it
vice
was him.
president. Again, I'm surprised. Like you would have thought a random vice president, like name a random one, like a Teddy Roosevelt type or something. But no.
Oh, and apparently today Michelle Obama is going to appear on Call Her Daddy.
Oh God.
Mm.
Spikes for 2. What are your thoughts on Nick Fuentes? Hugh Round's thoughts. We're not going to get into this. Nobody really say anything. My take is I'm actually neutral on him. You know, I don't really have any issues with him. So that's
He's
kind of
he's kind of a joke,
we're not
so,
no
you know.
stop.
I will say this: I
Stop.
like him more than I like his fans. That's all I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
What I'll say is my opinion is I'm pretty neutral on him. You know, I have nothing really against him. But you know, it's just one of those things you don't really dread on. It's like we don't mention like Kanye, for example. It's like it's like whatever. We don't really need to talk about it. But yeah, that's just my take on it. So let's see here. Annex Canada and Greenland. I hope so. And now like Canadians think they could like put up armed resistance against us, which is just yeah, sure.
Rap Ye has a message for you.
I see that. Oh, good lord. Yeah, he's mad I'm not streaming later, but yeah.
I think he's got class or something.
Yeah. But yeah, as for Canada thing now, I mean like these dumbasses, you guys hear about this? They war gamed it and they got crushed. You hear about that? The Canadian military, they war gamed it and they realized, oh, we would get obliterated in 5 minutes. Like, yeah, no shit. What do you think was gonna happen?
America. They wanted to invade America. What the
No, they war gamed an invasion of us invading them.
Oh.
And
Anyways,
apparently we crushed them in like 2 days or whatever. So yeah. But overall with the whole Canada stuff, again, that's just a joke. Does anybody seriously think Trump wants to bomb Canada?
Yes.
I guarantee that probably at least 20% of the electorate does believe that.
All the boomers are convinced. Like what's that network called in
Yeah.
Canada? The propaganda outlet. What's it called? Like CBC or whatever.
Why is there a fucking like progressive organization endorsing Jon Stewart for president?
What?
Oh my god, that sounds like a really bad joke.
What is that? What timeline are we on? Jon Stewart? Are you serious?
Mhm.
Really? Ah, yes. Jon Stewart. All right. Let's see. Canada would lose easily.
I've just been made aware that EA wants to bomb Canada.
Thank you, Ye.
In
Thank
GTA
you.
Online, in GTA Online
he-
or in Minecraft or
yeah.
something. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
he wants Rap Dead and GTA Online.
Yeah.
Bomb Canada.
But it's like, okay, yeah, it's a CBC. For those that don't know, the CBC is like unironic propaganda in Canada. You think we got bad media here? It's even worse than Canada because they have hate speech shit. So
So they're basically the Canadian equivalent of the BBC then.
but somehow even worse. And that's saying something. Alberta's trying to secede itself from Canada, plus Canada wouldn't stand a chance against the US military. Yeah, Alberta wants to like leave now, and that's actually picking up steam now, like actual momentum.
Yeah.
Which
I also don't know if how
hilarious.
much you've been paying attention to like the trade stuff with Canada, but it's like they're basically opening their trade up to China. All they're getting is electric vehicles, and then the other big country they're allying with is freaking Qatar.
Wow, they got some
Sounds
real.
amazing. So so they have no allies because they pissed off America.
So basically, they're cutting out their own spleen or heart to spite America.
They have
Yep.
like no allies. It's like I don't think Alberta is going to secede, but I think maybe they
That's
will.
picking up steam. Like I don't think it's going to either. But
We need to support
chance.
Alberta and we need to support Alberta and Quebec.
I mean,
that's-
I think Quebec
Yeah.
might secede.
Quebec.
we need to support both.
Well,
like
Quebec
especially
has always had the secession.
Well, for those that don't know, Quebec is like it might be it's kind of left wing and some stuff, but it's unironically one of the most racist parts of North America.
Yeah, they
So,
they don't even like they don't have like that many immigrants like compared to like the rest of Canada,
and I'm
which
not
is like
saying like the
I think
BoomerCon,
I
like
think I think Quebec has a burqa ban or
yeah,
something.
and I'm not just saying like the BoomerCon version of racism where it's like, oh, if you say immigration bad, you're racist. No, they're the types to like literally just say like speak French or you're dead type. So yeah,
Yeah, they're very nationalistic.
American Nerd for 5. I heard on the news this morning that Nick Shirley was supposed to testify to Congress with the Minnesota fraud scandals. Yeah, he did, and they're talking about that right now. In fact, the House Oversight Committee, they might be voting on the contempt of Congress for the Clintons today.
Oh
Please,
shit!
please. I
Oh yeah,
swear to
I
God,
forgot
if
about that.
who's on that committee again? Can somebody pull up the list? It's Oversight
Oh,
Committee.
breaking news also from Minnesota. The NRSC has endorsed Michelle Tafoya.
I saw that. Yeah, and for those that don't know, she was the former sideline thing in the NBC for Sunday Night
Yeah,
Football.
so it looks like Republicans have their nominee against whoever Democrats nominate, probably Peggy Flanagan for Senate.
This is a good one from somebody in chat. Quebec has immigrants, only French speaking ones.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Seriously, like in Quebec, you speak French or you're dead. I'm not even joking. That's a real thing. Not
Also
really,
from
but
Texas, we had internal polling from the Senate primary for the Democrats. Looks like Crockett is leading, but it was a Crockett internal.
yeah, I saw that. K Cup for 2. I thought you were streaming later tonight. Again, it's just a later. I just thought there's not so much stuff going on. I thought I'd just do a earlier stream. So
Speaking
Again,
of Crockett, she's going around claiming that whites are randomly lynching blacks and
I
Trump's
saw
America
that.
KKK. And Greg Abbott has endorsed a primary challenge to Sid Miller,
Is it good
the
or bad?
agriculture commissioner. That's actually good, actually. I like Nate Sheets a lot. I'm voting for him in the primary.
All right, again, guys, make
Who-
sure to like and share the stream and all that stuff. I forgot to mention that. So, yeah, like and share the stream on Twitter and stuff. Share the stream, everybody. All right. What are you doing, Real Text? What's that sound?
I'm in public.
Oh. All right. The Welsh Health Secretary James Evans has been sacked by the Tories for plotting defective reform. Farage may get their 8th MP this week. Oh, damn. Good. So, what do you think was going to
Let's
happen?
see.
Are the conservatives just that stupid? There. Well, yeah, they are. But
What
Cameron-
happened with
Cameron-
Farage?
Cameron Kasky apparently accidentally said that Trump was involved in a international
wait, who?
trafficking ring. Cameron Kasky.
Who the hell is that?
The guy from March for Our Lives.
Oh God! Yeah, I know
he
who you're
briefly
talking about.
briefly ran for Congress as like a progressive choice, and then dropped out after like maybe a month or something.
Yeah. All right, another news, everybody. We do got some breaking news about Minneapolis. So breaking, there's reports circulating that Pentagon has ordered active duty military police units to Minneapolis. They're currently at standby. And there has been reports, I cannot confirm this. Again, don't take what I said like 100%. Like, I don't know for sure. There's reports circulating that Pam Bondi is supposed to announce like indictments today, unlike the Minnesota people. Is that going to happen for sure? That's just a rumor, but it's speculation I've seen. It's starting to mount a little bit. So,
Well, at the very least, I mean, Tim Walz, Keith Ellison, Jacob Frey, and like a couple of others all got subpoenaed.
yeah, they
so-
did. But also apparently the church stuff they're going to charge. Again, we don't know for sure, but that's a rumor that people are saying. I hope that's the case. We are talking about Pam Bondi. Like, what does she do? I'm still trying to figure that one out.
I don't know, but I got class. I'll go. Well, I gotta go. See ya.
All right, see ya. Honestly, does anybody know what Pam Bondi even does?
I mean, she likes to have publicity and be like in the spotlight.
Wow. That is such a great
I mean, I know I was hearing like stuff about how allegedly about I think was it over 10,000 people got arrested in Minneapolis the
Yeah.
past couple of weeks.
which I think I did the math on it. That is like I think it's 10% of the illegal immigration population in Minneapolis already arrested.
Yeah, I remembered seeing other stuff that was saying that the amount of people that were arrested and deported was enough to like lose Minnesota like an electorate.
Oh God, we got breaking news out of LA now.
Oh, is there another riot there?
there was another shooting.
Oh boy.
So, per DHS, the shooting involved a federal agent of Los Angeles this morning. Happened after Border Patrol's targeting a Salvadorian illegal,
Salvadoran.
good lord, Salvadorian illegal alien with deportation order since 2019, who has 2 prior arrests for inflicted corporal injury to a spouse and is believed to be involved in human smuggling. DHS says he ran a federal vehicle while trying to evade, leading to shots being fired. Nobody's hit, but a federal agent is injured, and now there are crowds gathering. Are you shitting me right now? Nobody got hit. The one person that gets hurt is a Fed, and there are already crowds gathering. Seriously?
Seems to be a recurring pattern of migrants and leftists deciding to hit ICE agents and government officials with cars.
Like, what? At some point, like, now to be fair, the DHS now been pissing around. That guy, what's his freaking name? The guy that's been like in Minneapolis, one of the top DHS people.
Oh, what is his name?
Bovino, I think.
Yeah, it's Bovino.
Yeah, I mean,
Jeff Bovino, I think.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Like, they've not been pissing around. That's a good thing. Like, people understand. People make it sound like that. I forgot who said. Somebody was claiming that DHS is back down and Trump has not sent more agents to Minneapolis. No, they sent like 2,000 more.
Well,
it's like
and
sending
the
more
one
people.
the one case that was like limiting ICE and what they could do, that wasn't saying they couldn't apprehend people. It was saying they couldn't use certain things like tear gas and some unless they were under like immediate danger. And even then, that case is probably going to get appealed to a higher court because it's the state district attorneys like trying to like circumvent the federal government in their attempt to go after immigration.
Yeah, it's Bovino. He followed me, by the way, which is epic. But
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, no, it was like I told them like, hey, for those that don't know, yesterday he and Trump did their own separate press conferences where all they did was just show images like who they're arresting and like what they did, which I thought was fantastic. They should do that. Listen, I love the memes on Twitter, but I would say stop that for now and just exclusively focus on who you're actually getting, because people want to see are these really these what's the word that Democrats use for these people, like
undocumented.
Yeah, they're
immigrants.
undocumented. It's like it sounds so nice and clean.
Dreamers.
They're dreamers. Like
Also, I miss his name is Greg. Bovino.
yeah, it's Greg
What's his name?
Bovino. So, but yeah, it's like I told them to do that. Apparently, they're gonna do this like daily, where it's like every day instead of the edits. Which again, some edits here and there are fine because that's the new meme culture. But once in a while, just show a list of who you're arresting. Like, yeah, this guy's a murderer. He's a rapist. He killed 20 people. He smuggled a bunch of people here. Like, do that daily. People want to see who you're going after. Just stop these bullshit narratives of, oh, that poor person was actually innocent, like the Maryland man or the other guy, where the frick he's from. So, K-Cup for 5. These people really did forget that in 2016, Obama gave Homan a presidential medal for his work. Look it up. It is real. Obama praised Homan. I heard about that. Yeah. Tom Homan has been there for a while, and they're making it sound like, oh, he just showed up 5 minutes ago and he's like a schizophrenic. It's like, no. He's been working there for a long time. He knows what he's doing.
It's almost like Democrats used to pretend to actually care about the border.
Yeah. They're future engineers. That's a good one. They're future senators. Yep. Is Nick Shirley the new Charlie Kirk? You cannot replace Charlie Kirk. Sorry.
If anything, Nick Shirley is the next Project Veritas.
A good one. A good version of that. Not what.
Yeah,
not the
I
shit
agree.
it turned into. Because what it turned into now is just boomer slop. Guys, did you know Prince Andrew was best friends with Epstein? We're gonna hype this up for a month. Claim that I'm about to get shot, and like have a shitty bulletproof vest on. It's like, dude, really? Whoa, Prince Andrews. He's friends with Epstein. Like, yeah, cool. We get it.
I definitely didn't know that like 6 years ago.
You know that 15 years ago they were talking about, for crying out loud. It's just the whole thing with Veritas. Like, they still do good stuff, but some of it's boomer slop, some of it's misleading. Like for example, the Secret Service thing, that was important. They caught that. I'll give them credit for that because they might have prevented an assassination attempt on Vance. So they prevented it potentially. So yeah, that's a good thing. But yeah, I think Nick Shirley's done a great job. It's stuff that people are actually doing something about. I know it's taken a long time, but they have subpoenaed a bunch of people. They stole a bunch of documents. So it is slowly but surely they're doing stuff. So let's see. But yeah, can anybody replace Kirk? No.
No.
There's the thing with Kirk, he was basically his own institution. He wasn't just like a podcaster or had a radio show. He didn't just do turnout operations. He was his own institution. Like Heritages, for example. He was himself that thing. It's like you can't replace that. They can't replace Heritage. I know you can reform it, but
I mean, honestly, if there was a figure who was probably closest to like having the level of influence of someone like William F. Buckley, it's Charlie Kirk.
yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a perfect
absolutely.
comparison.
He's a modern day Buckley for sure.
Yeah, just there's no one that can. I think there's people that can step up in his place. Like there's gonna be, but even then, it's like there's not been a new Rush Limbaugh, for example. He's been gone for
There
what?
never will be.
Yeah, there never will be. It's been 5
Yeah.
years. Like there's been a couple boomers trying to take like Mark Levin. He's trying to replace him. And it's like no, people want to Rush Limbaugh, not Mark Levin. Talking
Well, and
about
Levin's a
Israel.
has-been too.
Well, yeah.
so, I mean,
But it's like you don't got that. You don't got a new Rush Limbaugh. You don't got a new one. You got to like make your own thing. Because like, yeah, you want another Charlie Kirk, but realistically, just not going to happen. So it sucks, but he did a lot of good work. He set the foundation, and TPUSA I think is going to have a great year this year. Have a good feeling about it. So, they're not going to let Arizona go Democrat. Let's cut the crap. They're going to make sure that those races all go Republican. There's no way
well,
they don't allow that.
someone sent me like a map of like kind of like the what's the word I'm looking for? The transplants going to like all the 50 states. And if you look at the transplants to Arizona, it was like R+20 or something.
Some of those states are just wild. I know what you're talking, but like Idaho is like
here-
R+90 or something. It was
Okay,
something crazy
I
like that.
found it. I just sent it in the group.
Yeah.
chat. Yeah, it was R+26 was the transplants
Jesus.
to Arizona.
Yeah, and
The
again, like
ones to the Rust Belt are concerning.
That
but
is a problem.
The ones to the Sun Belt, I think, are a good sign.
yeah, I mean, look at this.
Look at Florida.
Oh my gosh. Look at Wyoming. And well, Wyoming makes sense, but Idaho. Remember,
Yeah.
everyone was saying, "Oh, Idaho is going to become more Democrat." Yeah, are you sure about that?
Yeah. It's all the conservative transplants from like California and
More
Oregon.
so Oregon, because like the people
Yeah.
in Western Oregon, they're bailing
This is a
out.
map of people moving into like various states and everything like
Yeah,
that.
these are the
Yeah.
recent
Oh yeah,
transplants.
if it wasn't for Biden like opening the border, like California would look. If we just, I read that Trump's operations in Minnesota have probably costed like one congressional seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe that's true. If we do this stuff in like New York, Illinois, California, all the blue states, and we actually like conduct the census properly, and people continue to leave those states because of how they're governed. Yeah, they're gonna like California by 2030 is probably gonna lose like 6-7.
Why did you say that? Damn it!
No, they could lose like 7 congressional.
Yeah,
seats.
just at this point, when you want to say a number like that, you just say 5 to 7. That's how you
5 to
solve it.
7.
And now someone's gonna ruin that and say 5-7. Well, hopefully not, but it's just anytime somebody says 6, I just have to be like, I caution myself, like, oh God, don't say it.
I just caught myself in the middle of it.
Yeah.
No, California could lose like congressional
Oh my
seats.
gosh.
American Nerd for 2. Who's William F. Buckley?
He was
Man, there
the
are
head
people
of
who don't know who
National
William F.
Review.
Buckley was.
He's
he
a
is, like,
legend.
one of- I mean, some people don't like him because he wasn't the strongest in some issues, but at the same time, some people don't like him because he purged a bunch of people. But you have to understand the people he purged from the right were people who were basically like the Candace Owens of the 1960s.
Yeah, they were the
So
schizophrenics
maybe he
back
actually
then.
had a point.
They because here's the thing,
Yeah.
like you could argue some of the stuff he did was bad, like who he got rid of, but honestly, it's like it's better to lose like a couple like halfway decent conservatives, but in return you also get rid of a lot of the schizophrenic types, like the Candace Owens of the types, and that's probably we don't got now. We don't got somebody like Buckley going around saying, "No, you're insane. Get out of here." No, got that
Well,
We
it's
now.
had
also
one,
because
and
too, like,
then they assassinated him. The far left did, and now we're stuck with those schizophrenics.
Yeah,
and I think the other problem too is the fact that back then the conservative movement was far more centralized. Like if you got
that's
exiled
true.
from National Review, you're
Yeah, you're
basically
dead.
done in conservative politics. Where
True.
nowadays, because of the internet, it's like if you get kicked out of one, it's like, okay, well, there's like four other conservative organizations. You could also just start your individual like channel on YouTube and still get decent views or
Yeah, I mean
something.
that's the thing with, but the thing is, Buckley was like such an influential thing. Everybody that's conservative, they at some point they either read what Buckley like did and stuff, or they follow one of his acolytes. But that's how
No,
influential he
he was
was.
like, and people like another thing is like people who dislike him think that the National Review of today is the way it is because of Buckley. That's
No,
actually not true. The reason why the National Review of today is the way it is because Buckley left it in like the 1990s and somewhere between the 1990s and
It,
2000s.
well, the problem with National Review is they focus too much on the anti-communism
yep,
of the organization, and so as a result, they let in a lot of like anti-communists who are basically just liberals, and of
Yeah,
course you have
that's
the
what
problem with
neocons
the
are,
neo.
by the way. That's what
Yeah,
neoconservatives are by definition. And by the way, like this was during the Cold War, so at least you could say that made sense back then. Like a lot
yeah,
of the
mhm,
cultural issues, like that, American right wingers like we're kind of fighting right now, were like not things like in the 70s and 80s. They just weren't
yeah.
relevant.
yeah. All right, a couple super chats. Where we at? Yeah, K Cup for 2. Wait, I'm confused. What is this chart? This is the recent transplants in each state. That means like people that moved to Texas. How Republican are they? Alabama, how Republican are they? California, etc. And the point is, by 2030, Democrats are going to be in big trouble because the Republicans are not going to need the Rust Belt at all to win anything. They, of course, need Iowa or Ohio, but and these transplants, they're very Republican, considerably Republican. So
I I do have a theory that I don't think the Democrats are going to. I don't want to sound too confident, but it's like if the Democrats continue at the rate that they are, and there's no major economic crisis, which we still
it's
have.
looking less and less likely, I think.
It's looking less and less likely, but we will see. But if the Democrats continue like this, I mean, they're gonna have to moderate and like actually moderate
They're not going
before
to
they win. They're
moderate.
gonna have to do like Bill Clinton, like they're gonna have to pull off a Bill Clinton before they
Their
can win another
only Hail
national
Mary is
election.
they got to moderate and like one of the major issues, like either immigration, crime, or just social issues in general. They have to one of those three. They have to moderate on if they want any chance of winning. They're getting more
They
extreme on all of them. Look at
It's like if
Virginia.
you listen to Obama on like crime and immigration, like before 2014, he basically was like, yeah, that like he was, and you have to consider like on crime and immigration, he sounded like really moderate, and on like illegal immigration, he was no different to Bush, but Bush was just really bad on immigration, and
Yeah,
on crime, he wasn't great, but he wasn't like extremely bad either. And Clinton was like even more right wing, and then Biden came in, and then they just like governed like lunatics.
yeah.
So yeah,
All right, let's see here. Oh, speak of the devil, U.S. Court of Appeals of the Eighth Circuit temporarily lifts restrictions on ICE's use of force against protesters, so they can start beating the shit out of them again.
Let's go. Called it.
Yes. What's gonna
Called
happen?
it.
Like that lower court judge is just batshit crazy. Like no one's gonna
yeah.
listen to that.
They just like send so all these like left wing organizations. They just they file their lawsuits to all these like Biden judges who are complete
Yeah.
hacks. They're almost all Biden judges. Like a few
Yeah,
of them may have been Obama or Clinton or
but
like
it's
even
Biden
like
judges.
Bush era judges, but like or even Trump judges. But like most of them are just Biden judges who are hacks. And
That's the thing.
yeah,
Because like the Biden judges, like the whole administration, all they did, even under Obama, even the later years, yeah, they had some wacky judges, but they weren't like this insane. Now we're just like all
I
these people are batshit crazy. All the judges they
I don't know
have.
if you guys looked more into that specific case, but the people that filed that case, it was actually the ACLU.
I
Go
saw,
figure.
yeah. Funny how that works. All right, a couple super chats. Careful got for 2. House odds of VRA struck down. Alabama already said fuck you. We're going 9-0. So
Yeah, maybe Indiana will have a change of heart. Maybe
Oh,
they'll go 8-1.
listen, if they don't have a change of heart after what Maryland poll is trying to pull, which is not going to go anywhere, you dumb shit. What do you think was going to
Is
happen?
going to strike it down and get an actual fair rap.
I mean, I think the one thing that might save us with Maryland is I think the Supreme Court there is still like a conservative.
No,
court.
it's all Hogan. It's all Hogan
Larry
judges.
Hogan is like
Larry Hogan W.
Yeah, we need a no, for real. We need to, if we can, I don't know if it's possible, but we need to get rid of the maps in Illinois. Like, I mean, we need to sue. I don't know why anybody hasn't sued over Illinois. That's what started this whole thing, but we need to sue over Illinois, like one of these days, in my opinion. We need to sue. We're already suing California. We need to sue Virginia too when they try to pull off their bullshit.
All right. American Nerd for 2 is a National Review an anti-Trump magazine. I mean, it's not as bad as some, but yeah.
Well, yeah, again, people need to understand the National Review of the 50s and the 60s is not the same National Review of the 2010s. Like, yeah, National Review in the 2010s was terrible. And nowadays they're pretty irrelevant for good reason because they got worse.
Yeah.
It's like the magazine of like Rich Lowry and Ramesh Pandora.
Yeah.
It's like completely irrelevant people.
Like at this point, like the modern day equivalent of like a National Review magazine is probably Claremont.
Yeah, who gives a shit about that though? Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but because like nobody really reads magazines anymore. Nowadays, the big stuff that's happening is like talking on like Twitter or YouTube or something like that.
Or literally just
podcasts.
it's really just shit posting at this point. That's all it is.
Mhm.
My cope was overruled on it by January/February, like I've been predicting. I mean, the fact that Clarence Thomas not wrote a decision this term, that's a that's a very interesting side. Same thing with Gorsuch and Alito. The fact all 3 of them have not.
Yeah, they're the 3
yet.
most like right-wing judges on the court. It's like Gorsuch is mostly like good 85% of the time, except for certain issues, and like Thomas.
Oddly enough, it's like
Alito.
Native American stuff he's weird on. That's the one thing.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really care. It's like that's not like a relevant issue, really. But like no, Thomas and Alito are like there 100% of the time, and we need more judges like that. Kavanaugh's pretty good, and Roberts is Roberts, but him and Roberts and ACB are like unreliable.
Yeah, the thing is like, but it's like Kavanaugh, he's solid, but he goes these weird streaks of being shit. Barrett's Barrett. I mean, like, is she as bad as some people claim she is? No, but it's not really saying much. But yeah, I mean, like, listen, I hope that if I want Clarence Thomas to write the VRA decision, please. You know exactly what he would do, what he would say. I mean, he would unironically just like gut the entire like.
I would love to hear like an Uncle Ruckus.
Guys, by the way, speaking of Amy Coney Barrett, just check what I put on the group chat. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not making this. Apparently, it's real.
Oh my! Are you shitting me right now?
Oh my
God! I hope this is fake. I hope this is just a meme, but I think it might be real.
Apparently, according to this account, Amy Coney Barrett cites James Fishbox's. Oh my gosh! There's no way that's real. Listen, I have nothing against Fishbach. I think he's a good guy, but dude, like you're not winning that race.
I don't think he's a good guy.
Listen,
I have problems with Fishbach.
My issues with him is I don't think he can win. Like I like the idea of him like trying to move the Overton window. He's done that some areas, but it's like, dude, you're not going to win that race.
He's a completely unserious candidate. I don't see how he's moved the Overton window.
I mean, I guess because he's forced the H-1B discussion and Donaldson.
But like that was already moving.
Yeah,
right.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking like that race in particular with Donalds and stuff. So
it's like the H1. People have always, like, to some degree, opposed the H1B issue. Like, I always thought it was a scam, but I didn't realize how bad it was until like 1.5 or 2 years ago.
Yeah,
when somebody told me about it.
When we freaking start to have just it just the whole thing is insane. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, my view is like I agree a lot with what Fishbach is talking about. My problem is with him in the sense that like over a year ago he was literally pro H1B. He defended Vivek's speech
Oh yeah,
about
I know,
like, you know,
but it's like
Americans and stuff.
whatever.
He
Like
defended Barry Weiss.
I know.
That's
He was
true, yeah.
meeting with Barry Weiss like in January of this year, and he was basically just like a normal Republican. Actually, he was probably to the left of a lot of people in the MAGA movement, and now he's like this great, G word. I'm not going to say the word on
right.
stream rap, but
Enough.
just ridiculous.
Anyways, we have a brand new internal poll from a congressional race. So Colorado's third. This is from the Democrat running the race, Alex Keloff. He is the front runner for the race. And again, this was a Trump plus 10 seat. This seat's rapidly moving to the right and or to the left. And they have it Hurd plus 9. I know there's a congressional poll. Congressional polls suck ass, right? They can be bad. There's some pretty shitty ones. But the fact that their own internal have him at 39% and Jeff Turd at 48%. Listen, it's just one poll, but the more you look at it, this whole blue wave stuff, there's nothing there. But yeah, anyways. K-Cup for 5. Fishbach says a black candidate will lead Florida down a dark path. Rap. Yeah, I liked him. I think he's a great guy. Clarence Thomas, mad face. Well, listen, again, Fishbach, when I say that, I just be like, I like that he's talking about issues people care about. I get that, but it's like, whatever. That's what I mean. But yeah,
Byron Donalds.
Listen, Clarence Thomas's decision on the VRA might be the single greatest thing ever, because I God only knows what he would say in that decision.
He's gonna go. He's gonna just absolutely go off. He's gonna go full Uncle Ruckus. Just kidding.
He might. Well, no, listen, he might like just straight up to like gut the Civil Rights Act.
Clarence Thomas goes down in history as a man who guts the civil rights.
Listen, like
I see it. He's one of the great.
Like people understand, like he's a type that like he thinks those laws are bullshit. Again, like how are they going to play the race card with that one? They're going to. It's like, wait,
they're not. They're totally not. No.
Yeah.
I have a question, by the way. I mean, Thomas and Alito are getting older. So is Roberts. I don't think a Democrat is going to win in 2028 personally, as of right now. But just saying, we probably need, and I mean, Republicans are going to hold the Senate too, regardless of who wins. But we probably need to, get some new Supreme Court
force Roberts out.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, Roberts is terrible. If you get like even like a Kavanaugh or Gorsuch person to replace Roberts,
I'm telling you right now, get James Ho. I'm telling you right now, they're the best pick.
I don't know who that is, but I'll take their word for it.
It's James Ho. There's a couple other ones. Now, again, it's not be perfect, but from what I've heard, he's a pretty good guy. So he's a good judge.
Yeah, get James Ho, whoever that is.
James Ho. It's like the 9th Circuit or whatever. So.
The Fifth Circuit. I think?
Fifth Circuit. Yeah, he's really good though. He's like one of those judges that does some good stuff. So
we just need somebody who's like, Thomas or Alito tier would be ideal, but like even somebody who's like,
I'll take Gorsuch.
Gorsuch tier would be good.
Yeah.
To replace Roberts and Amy Coney Barrett. Amy Coney Barrett's
Rap, talk about Republicans overperforming in Georgia special election. Yeah, funny how that works. Nobody talks about that race. The one one time you overperform, nobody talks about it. Gee, I wonder why.
Didn't they also overperform in like an Alabama local election
I think so.
a few days ago?
I mean, guys, it's all horseshit. Like this, special elections don't mean shit. They don't mean anything. Stop pretending they actually do.
We did terrible in the special elections in 2024, but we won the presidency, for example. The only one I think we did better in was like strangely Colorado. I recall we overperformed there.
Yeah, I mean yeah. Remember, we almost lost. We did awful in Ohio was like 3rd or whatever. He freaking wins it by
Ohio. It was Ohio's 7th district.
Yeah,
it was Michael Rulli's
points.
district.
Yeah,
he only won by like 9, I think. That's like an R+30 district.
This is a good chat. Thomas needs to rule on all these big cases as a swan song, then have him retire James Ho as a replacement. I agree with that. Listen, make this his magnum opus. Just got the Civil Rights Act. If he does
that would be pure poetry. Like his last thing is he guts VRA and then he's like, peace out.
Yeah. It's just like he's the type person he would do that. He does not give a shit. That's why I love Clarence Thomas. He does not care.
He's a patriot. By the way, in terms of the Georgia races, I read a tweet from Zachary Danini, a very reliable source, who said that I think in December of last year, which was just a month ago, Republicans were or Democrats were outperforming their 2024 margins by an average of like 17 points.
And that's all the
And
aides.
this month so far, it's like 8 points, which I know there could be differences, but we'll have to see how the trend works, how the trend continues in the next few months. If it continues narrowing down, I think we're going to have a neutral wave. Whereas if you asked me like 2 months ago, I would have said like a mild blue wave, if I'm being really honest. But now I'm going to say it's going to be a neutral wave.
All right.
Yeah.
Clarence,
I think it really depends on what happened. Like, how is the economy? Like
It's the
month
economy.
before the election, and can Republicans get like a solid health care bill that like actually tackles affordability?
Here's the two things Republicans need to do. They need the economy to go, and I think it's listen. We're talking about potentially 8% GDP growth. That's not a guarantee, but if that happens, yeah. Again, GDP is not everything, but it is overall a good metric to look at. In like a quick glance. If it's 8%, if housing's under control. But the other thing I would also argue is the DOJ has to show something. The base is getting fed up with this shit. I know some stuff takes a while, but good freaking Lord, what is going on with the DOJ? Seriously. Has anybody been arrested yet for anything?
Well, they tried to get James Comey and Letitia James,
the dumb shit.
but then that was thrown out because of procedural stuff, because they said like the person that the admin hired was like illegally hired. They just let her out yesterday, by the way. Halligan, I think was her name.
Yeah, and listen, I don't even blame Pam Bondi for that. Like, people are blaming Bondi for no, the Senate did that mess. They refused to confirm anybody. So yeah, it's not really Pam Bondi's fault, and I'm not even. You're making me defend Pam Bondi. That's how pathetic some of the narratives are getting. If I had to start defending Pam Bondi for crying out loud, that is not good.
Like we said with the Minneapolis stuff, I mean, a bunch of people got arrested in the past few weeks.
Oh, absolutely. People make it sound like nobody's got arrested. No, they've arrested people. Subpoenas are being issued left and right. There's already grand juries on the ground. They are doing stuff. And some of the stuff, it takes a little bit. America First, since I brought up, it takes even the FACE Act. It took a year to charge people, so it takes some stuff takes a while. It just people want to see more, and they're sick and tired of Pam Bondi going to Fox News and saying we're going to do something about it.
I mean, even when Steve Bannon got arrested, I recall it took like at least a few months before he. It
took a while. But people just don't like the fact she's.
People have this idea that it takes like anybody can get arrested and sent to prison like Gulag style, like as if that's how.
If they think it's Law and Order.
Works. It's like half of right wing Twitter doesn't know this about things like trials and the legal process.
Well,
because they don't live in the real world.
They seriously think you could charge them now and investigate later. No, you can't. You do that, a judge gonna throw it out immediately, and you're fucked.
It's gonna be thrown out, like procedural stuff, and also like you actually have to like find a specific crime that they did. Otherwise, it's gonna be thrown out, and then you can't prosecute them again because double jeopardy.
I want to explain this process because people people think it's Law and Order, where it's like within 40 minutes they do stuff. They've convinced themselves it's all in 40 minutes because that's how long Law and Order is, an episode or whatever. The truth is, it's already tough enough to charge somebody at a local level. The fact that the police department of Minneapolis are not doing anything, the DA's office, they're doing nothing. It takes a lot longer for these charges because they have to go through a grand jury. They have to go through a separate process with the courts and stuff. It takes longer. If they would have had Minneapolis actually doing their job, we would have probably arrested people by now. That's what people don't understand. If Minneapolis was halfway sane, these people would have been charged by now, or at least like arrested.
I mean, I think even the J6 protesters took a little bit of time for them to be in prison. I could be wrong on that.
I think it was like 2 days after the fact, but listen, you cannot compare, and I'm getting sick of this comparison. I agree, like, there are some similarities, some stuff here and there, like J6ers, they were thrown in jail. I get that. It's awful what happened. But guys, you cannot compare January 6th to the stuff that happened in Minneapolis. You just can't. Completely different set of circumstances. You have a lynching mob, not the J6ers, but like the juries, these grand juries in DC, they're all batshit crazy. They're out for blood. These judges are insane. The local law enforcement's batshit crazy. Everybody wants to go after Trump people. Like, you don't got that in Minneapolis. It's a different story. It sucks, but it's true. American Nerd for 2. Put Cruz on SCOTUS so it doesn't run into 28. I mean, at this point, I don't even want Cruz on SCOTUS. I wanted him beforehand. It just, dude, you suck. Get out of here.
Cruz should have gone onto SCOTUS in like 2020 instead
Yeah.
of DCV. We'd be better off because,
Mhm.
like, I know we don't really like him that much as a senator, but he'd be a pretty good Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah, that's the same.
justice.
He would have been a great judge. He would have been on the tier of like Alito, possibly. That's the thing with him. He would have been a great judge. He's just not a great politician. So, American Nerd for 2. Replace Bondi and Blanche with Bailey and Mirez. Yeah, I agree. K-Cup for 5. Biden in 1991 questions Thomas and puts him through hell during the questioning, accuses him. Text bubble and screen. Clarence will remember that. He did. He never forgot that. I guarantee you he never did. People forgot about that. Like, Biden treated Clarence Thomas like shit. People forget about that. They never liked each other. So, yeah, I'm hoping that's his legacy. Like, the one black guy in the judge's reason the VRA is overturned. I mean, what would he even, like, I'm wondering, what is he going to say in that decision if he's the one that writes it? Like, does he just go full Uncle Ruckus? Is that what he's going to do?
Honestly, no. I just think he's gonna be like, yeah, this is
Yeah, I know.
this is unconstitutional. It's 60 years past its due date, and it's yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
he's obviously not going to go Uncle Ruckus, but it's like, he's been
Mhm.
waiting God knows how long for this case to happen. And not again, it's not a guarantee he writes it or whatever. We don't know the opinion, and nobody knows for sure. But the fact we still got those 3 justices that have not written anything yet, they're in the backbench still, that's a pretty good sign of things. So, all right. Healthcare is the biggest elephant in the room, so this bill needs to pass. Oh, I agree. Healthcare is a big one.
Mhm.
I would say though, you got also, like, do not agree to that deal the Democrats made. Don't agree to it. You guys see that shit? Take guess what the deadline is for the shutdown.
Oh, it was like September 28th or something.
Don't you dare even touch that. Say, no, we're gonna extend this through December 1st. Do that. If they care so much about it, say December 1st. Why is it a big deal? It has to be September 30th. Why? I wonder why. They want to pull the same shit where they shut down the government and they tell people either vote for us, we're holding you hostage, or you're not gonna get your benefits. They do the same shit. So, what about birthrights for illegals? That's another case. My theory on that is they're gonna say, like, the president himself does not have universal authority on it, but maybe they say you can't just cross the border and you're automatically a citizen. That it'd be something like that. I'm hoping. We'll see. We shall see. American Nerd for 2. Thomas should have been Chief Justice, not Roberts. Well, just the way it went. So, with the point of Chief Justice, it's a separate vote, I think, right? Isn't it? I think so.
I don't actually remember.
I'm
how it
pretty sure it's
works.
a separate vote if you get Chief Justice too. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's technically a separate position. So, oh boy, Anthony Sabatini is losing his mind. He's saying that Trump's not deporting anybody.
What even happened to him the last 2 years? I feel like he's went significantly downhill.
Yeah, he was always. I mean, look, Corey Mills has his own issues, but like Sabatini would have been another MTG.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. I said back in 2022 he'd be another MTG in the sense that he'd be loud and he'd say a lot of things, but he wouldn't do anything. And now I know he'd be another MTG or another Massey because he just turned against Trump because of like Israel or something that doesn't really.
Well, no, because he's claiming deportations are so low, which I kind of agree with. But he's making it sound like, guys, every time Trump says, "Oh, these poor illegals, like, oh, we got to keep them," every time they say that, the next day they do a worksite raid. Like, these dumbasses are really convinced that Trump's not done a single worksite raid. Did they attack Trump for going too far for the worksite raids like a month ago? I'm pretty sure the same crowd of people attacked him for it.
Well, MTG I know did because she said like, oh,
Yeah.
I run like a construction company back
Oh, yeah,
home
the
and they
construction
need
company.
illegals. I don't think Sabatini did though, but I haven't kept up with all of
It's like,
Sabatini's tweets.
like
So
I want more deportations, but this idea we've deported no illegal immigrants that are working, that's bullshit. It's a Trump. Like I wish Trump would stop saying that stuff. I agree. I mean, the problem is that's Trump. You have to understand. He says shit. He doesn't actually mean it. Like, how do you describe Trump? It's like you don't take him literally. You take him seriously.
yeah.
That's the phrase of
Or
it.
it's like when like Christy Nome said like on Fox News that like they were making it easier to immigrate to the country, and it's like that's objectively false
Yeah,
because you're making it harder.
yeah. It's just like, oh yeah, we're making it easier. Meanwhile, it's like a freaking like a long ass test that nobody can pass. They've cut the amount of people entering from India in half. It's like, yes, we're totally making it easier. So
I feel like a lot of right wingers want like extremely hard right rhetoric, but they don't understand that this looks bad to like actual normal people. So what you do is you basically do what the Democrats do, which is you say and run on like really flowery milquetoast stuff, but then you actually run on you govern the country like you're pretty right wing. That's what you do.
Well, and the reality of the situation is that sadly, most of the American electorate thinks that Trump has deported too many people. It's like uh, Twitter is not real life. Most people think that Trump has deported enough or deported too many
yeah,
people.
and it's like obviously the base realizes, but the average voter, it's like they don't. And this is something I've been talking to some people like America First Insight, Mark over there. I talked about this, and it's a good point from him. The average Trump voter does not give a shit about this stuff till like October of election year. Honestly, they don't. The average Trump
Yeah.
voter does not give a shit. It's like people don't understand that. They really think the average Trump voter is like on Twitter 24/7. Like,
No, the average Trump voter is someone who works a 9 to 5 job and doesn't have time to like pay attention to all
yeah.
the politics.
And you notice, like the voters that are like paying super attention, yeah, they have issues with Trump, but every time it's like the voters that aren't, it's like they have a better opinion of him because they're not hyper focused on every single thing he says. It's just they look at like grocery prices. Are they going down? Good. Okay, I'm voting for him again. That's the reality of it. Now, does that mean he's popular like universally? No, but it's just people gotta chill about this stuff. And I still think a lot of these polls are just bullshit in the first place. Seriously, 25% of Trump voters are like saying like ICE should be abolished.
Yeah.
You guys see that from YouGov?
Oh yeah, no, I agree that I think most of these polls are like complete garbage, but I do believe the public is like turning somewhat against on deportations. Now that doesn't mean they support open borders because they don't. But like
They
it's because they don't like seeing videos of people getting like apprehended like by the police or by ICE.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Do
what
what
it is.
Vino Trump did yesterday. Just hold up images of who these people are, their rap sheet,
Yeah.
and that's what they should be doing. Because I think it's pissing a lot of people off. It's like, okay, you're showing these edits, like, yeah, that's funny once in a while, but when you do it every single time there's an ICE raid, it just gets old and it's stale and makes people think you're not taking it seriously. It's like these are
Yeah.
real people. And there are some people that are falsely accused. That's happening. It's not as bad as Democrats claim. It's like one of the million it happens. But yeah. K-Cup for 5. Democrats, you're black. Why did you gut the VRA and the Civil Rights Act? Thomas Uncle Ruckus voice. I'm 102% African and with a 2% margin of error. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it, everybody. Did we miss anything? Longer than I thought we were gonna go, but
Were we going to talk about the EU with China?
kind of forgot about that. Oh well. Change raising for
Also,
5.
yeah, like so they basically they're selling out to China, they're selling out to Russia, they're selling out to like the Gulf. I don't
India.
know. Yeah, the
Uh,
Gulf states in India.
Chancellor's raising for 5. You guys see the betting odds of Massey winning at 77%. I strongly doubt that, given Trump almost certainly campaigned for Ed G. You know what's gonna happen when Massey goes down in like Cheney margins? I don't even want to know what Barris's reaction to that will be. He has convinced
I
himself.
think we might have to watch out for him in his mental health. Like he might go. He
Yeah.
might go.
He's already
insane.
gone batshit crazy.
No, he
Well,
might
no,
go.
he
He
would-
would take it out on someone.
he would be saying he'd be saying that like we're now gonna have like a D plus 15
Well, it's like
electorate or something.
that Kentucky primary will tell us who's right. Is it us for being like halfway sane and saying, hey, these Trump voters, they're not hyper focused on everything. They may not be happy with everything, but they're still going to support Trump and Republicans. Or is it this schizophrenic thing where, 95% of Trump voters think Trump is a PDF or whatever? So it just,
No. You know what Barris's stories? He always talks about. Oh, I know this one Trump voter who deflected from the GOP, and it's like,
okay.
this reminds me of the stories that a certain Bernie's Mountain Dog would tell us about
It's real.
DeSantis
He's
supporters.
literally he's doing what Rufus did 5 years ago with like, oh guys, I talked to all these voters and like at a McDonald's or something, and they're all voting against Trump. It's like, it's bullshit. He's just making shit up.
Exactly.
Oh, he literally said that. He went to like a bar or something, and it's like he's just eating his food, and suddenly people are like at the corners, like, yeah, this Trump guy I voted for him 3 times. It's bullshit. Because you know how you know it's bullshit? The easiest way. These people think exactly how Bears thinks, or like Rufus. It's like it's like word for word what they've been saying. Like, oh, this is exactly what's going on. That's a telltale sign it's bullshit.
If I made up these stories that make them sound like I almost disagree with them, or that they don't agree with me on everything, like, if I said, like if I was really pro Ted Cruz, I would say that, a lot of these people they don't think Vance is like, I'm not pro Ted Cruz, but if I was, I try to make it sound like, oh yeah, a lot of these people, they're interested in what Cruz is saying, but they're not sure about it. Not, I think Ted Cruz. They think that I was talking to this random guy in McDonald's, and this random guy thinks Ted Cruz is the greatest politician of all time.
Yeah.
For example, and I'm not trying to say that I support Ted Cruz running for president. That was just an example.
Yeah. Well, but you're right about that. It's just like you can't just make it sound so obvious. It's like, it's one thing if they're saying like, gosh, I have issues with Trump for cost of living or whatever. If you would, like, the average person's like that. It's like they might be hesitant or whatever. But to say, everything, the economy is booming supposedly, but I'm worried about the Epstein files, so I'm not going to vote for him. Really? Which, funny enough, he's been pulling this, and you notice he has not released a single poll in the Epstein files. Notice that?
Well, didn't he? No, he had a poll. I think Barris had a poll recently, and it was like the top issues voters care about.
Oh yeah, I
and
saw.
the Epstein files wasn't even on there.
Yeah, you want proof that he's full of shit? That he's just lying about everything out of his ass? Let me find it. I forgot about that, actually. You want proof he is full of so much shit? And listen, I'm just getting sick of this guy because he's just lying. Like, we're to point out, he's not just like wrong about stuff. He just straight up lying about stuff. He's making up stuff about British politics. It's like, dude, you don't need to know about British politics and know that you're just wrong. Hold on.
I think I got skeptical of Barris when like he started talking about how like, the Venezuelan migrants were like voting Republican, and that's why you need to like keep them around.
Yeah,
and it's like
that was
these
the
people
ones that are
weird.
voting Republican are not the ones that came in under Biden. Like, I don't know if you have to be a genius to figure that out. It's like those are two totally different populations, and a lot of the illegal ones are Maduro supporters or were Maduro supporters.
Tomato for 5. Economic outlook is great except for the job numbers. Plus 25% young graduate unemployment. Ban OPT now. Try to ban other visas, put in young Americans first. I agree with that. That is the one thing that Trump admin I've heard that they are working us behind the scenes. I mean, it's going to for sure happen. That's what reports are circulating about. Like, hey, they might go after OPT. There's reforms possibly coming. Good. Well, it's not a guarantee, of course. There's just some speculation mounting about that. Okay, yeah, this is the poll Bears put out. And look at the top issues. As I've been saying, it's cost of living. There even isn't Epstein files. There's nothing about Epstein here. Actually, accountability. It's number 6. Corruption and accountability. And you want to guess, take a guess. I guarantee you, 90% of the people that said corruption are Democrats. I guarantee you it's like, ooh, we get a step orange man.
I mean, it's probably like, he's appointing loyalists, he's spending money like to redecorate the White House.
The freaking ballroom. It's corruption. Meanwhile, what Jerome Powell does is democracy. K-Count for 5. Barris would say conservatives are losing the optics war if a group of white liberal boomers stood outside Arkham protesting the arrested Joker. Yeah. Yeah, he actually did that. Remember that Detroit worker that like yelled with the Epstein files at Trump? And Trump flipped him off.
And then he said like Detroit was the heartland of MAGA or something like that.
And he never once debunked what I said because he knows he's full of shit. I literally looked at precinct data for crying out loud to prove that point, and he said nothing about it. Pretend it never happened. Funny
Well,
how that
it's
works.
like, yeah, I mean, it's like Detroit has shifted considerably towards Donald Trump, but it's still like a D+30 city.
And-
It's like Macomb County is the one that specifically was
yeah.
like very Trumpian.
And it's like you could also say, well, even if this area was super red, the suburbs are very Democrat. These areas, not like Macomb County, but like the other parts, like these are very Democrat areas. There could just be one schizophrenic Democrat. Even then, how does that prove he's a Trump voter? If it's a red area, who cares?
Yep. Well, it's like the fact that Kansas is still a Republican state, but you had ICE protests in that like D+50 city.
Remember the Wyoming town hall?
I think.
The Wyoming town hall? Harriet Hagman. They had freaking 100 Democrats show up. It's such a blood red state. How are there Democrats? There are still Democrats in Wyoming.
And also, it's not a conspiracy to bring up the fact like a lot of these people are paid to be there. Like look up in indivisible.org. There's like another one too that like they pay people to be protesters at various places to make it seem like leftism and it is popular and that the current administration is unpopular or very unpopular, you know.
Yeah, so like I'm looking for this poll, and he's been so gun-ho about election integrity stuff, and it's number 9. It is less important than foreign policy for crying out loud. And foreign policy looks to be 50-50 on this poll, if I'm reading this correctly. So what's the point? What's the point of going to this Epstein tirade when no one gives a shit about it? They care about the economy, and I agree, Trump should be more focused on domestic issues, but he has been. And now, excuse me, in the last couple of weeks, you guys see Republicans take the lead on the economy, on the issues, and cost of living?
Well, I think even on tariffs, I think the Wall Street Journal had Republicans at like R+2 or something like that.
G. Elliott Morris, his shitty pollster, they had the economy tied, and that was like a D+10 environment. So yeah, it's like what?
We have breaking news on Greenland. We have a statement from Trump. I will send.
Oh
this
shit! I
to
see
the
it now.
chat.
Yeah, send it. I just saw a notification on that.
All right, yeah, here it is.
Nothing ever happens. The bros, you guys might have won.
I should have called this, but I didn't.
Based upon a very productive meeting that I have had with the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte, we have formed the framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland and, in fact, the entire Arctic region. This solution, if consummated, will be a great one for the United States and all of NATO nations. Based upon this understanding, I will not be imposed the tariffs that were scheduled to go into effect on February 1st. Wow! These dumb shits can stop talking about these damn tariffs now. It's as if they are it's leverage. It's a negotiating tactic. It's not actually we're going to invade Greenland. Wow. You're telling me this the first time. You know what's going to happen? I guarantee what this deal comes down to. We're just going to be able to put like bases in Greenland and like a resource deal. That's what's going to happen with Denmark. We're just going to have a couple military bases in the northern part of it, and we're going to have mineral rights. That's probably what's going to happen is share with Denmark. Like, that was the whole point of this. Yeah, the memes, we wanted to take Greenland for the memes, but it's like, we're not actually going to take it like that. If we do, we would buy it. So, yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on Greenland now?
I mean, I didn't really have an opinion on it for the longest time because it was something I didn't see as being important. But I looked a bit more into it and I realized like, oh shoot, there's actually a ton of natural resources in Greenland.
Yeah,
and someone had told me as well too that Europe had decided to give like China like some type of base there, and I don't want the Chinese having access to Greenland.
What was happening is China was starting to take the islands of the British and stuff, and then Trump we began to realize, hey, Greenland has God knows how much resources. Like in terms of value, God knows. We're talking probably about trillions just sitting there.
I mean, you have to look into like the fact like the U.S. still keeps finding like oil reserves and like lithium reserves and stuff
Yeah,
like that
it's
across the
literally
country.
the meme.
It's like Greenland probably has a crap ton of those.
I gotta find the meme, like the American superiority thing. Hold on. It's like every time like there's a resource is like a short supply. Hold on.
There's like the one Bismarck quote where he's like, "Don't bet against the United States" or something like that.
Yeah. Right here. This is it. Hold on. This happens every single time. Hold on. Shit, I gotta find the freaking meme. Hold on. Because like every time people say, "Oh, guys, it's over. It's all over. America's finished." I got shit. Where is it? Um, American Nerd for 2. So now what? Are we buying Greenland or what? I think we're just gonna be able to have a base on in it, like because he wants to expand the Golden Dome, and he wants to have Greenland. Because if you look into it, it's like Greenland actually can intercept a lot of the missiles from Russia. If that ever happened, like, yeah. So, um, American Nerd for 2. If we do get Greenland, should we rename it? No, keep it Greenland. Why bother changing it?
Change it to America land.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, this is the meme I'm talking about. I just posted in chat. I love this meme because this happens once
It's
a
so
month.
true.
It happens once a month. Some shit happens. All right, this is the meme. Everybody's probably seen this by now. There's a global resource shortage. Insert autocrat. Insert geopolitical opponent. Has large quantities of the resource. The U.S. is finished. It's all over. And then a random farmer in bumfuck nowhere, middle America, stumbles across the largest supply of said resource
Classic
known to
meme.
man.
It's always a funny one.
Because it happens. It's like every time it's like, oh guys, America has no lithium, and out of nowhere, just like, yeah, we found like the biggest supply in the world. It happens every time. Oh, we're running out of oil, which people don't understand. Oil's like, that's not how that works. Oil, but point is like, oh, we're never gonna find any oil, and it's just like, oh, Texas found like another trillion barrels worth under like a
Yeah, it's
freaking
like
fleet farm.
people forget
something.
that like the United States is like a wealth of natural resources.
Most of the world by far.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want Greenland to be a territory that keeps their culture and political system. We want to control over investments, defense, minerals. So that become like Puerto Rico. Well, a little bit different, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole intention. We don't give a shit like politically. We don't care. Just we want to make sure we have defense systems there. That's what we really want. Make sure it's like no, China can't just pull up and say we want it because the Europe owes China a bunch of money or something. So, let's see. I was surprised Trump went this hard at the time, but I'm fully on board. Well, because it's actually kind of a critical defense thing. The more you look at Greenland, it's like, no, that's actually important. So, K-Cup for 2. Watch Democrats do the taco thing again because of this. Oh my gosh. Are they going to start supporting annexing Greenland now? Because Trump is now saying we're not going to put boots on the ground. Please. Let them start saying, no, we need boots on the ground to take Greenland. We got to take it back because we've been trying to get it since 1850 or whatever. All right, I think that's it. We talked a little about the EU stuff, not as much as I wanted to, but we got off topic because a lot of stuff actually did occur. So,
we talked about the main thing, which was the trade deals, but
Yeah.
I mean, Greenland. We got the breaking news of Greenland.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder how Canada feels right now. They're surrounded now. It's the meme. It's like they're surrounded.
probably not good.
Well, hey, that's his. What a dumb shit. You are getting surrounded as we speak, and you're gonna go beg for China's help. Really?
I don't even know why Carney would make some of those deals because it's like
They get
that's
nothing.
gonna hurt him. That's gonna hurt him electorally.
Yeah. The Canadians don't like the Chinese either, and it's like Carney wants to sell out Canada to
Well,
China
these
and
dumb shits in
Russia.
Canada.
Maybe not Russia, but China and India and
India.
Europe. And it's like the Canadians don't like China, they don't like India, they don't like Russia. They do like Europe though. So I guess he has something
Yeah,
there. But
it's such a weird thing. I mean, like Canada, it's like you look at everything that's been going on. Canada has not been a. This proves that like one dispute and they run to China like that. What a great ally, everybody. And if this is the worst part is they get nothing. They get fucked over the long run. Even the short run, they get nothing. Oh, so more shitty electric vehicles because we want to spite Elon Musk.
That no one like no working class person is going to be able to buy.
By the way, you're in Canada. You do realize the weather's shit, right? So electric vehicles are worthless in there. What's the electric vehicles don't work into like they obviously work, but it's like they run like shit. They're not even worth
But
it.
it's okay. But it's okay because you get
Dumbasses.
visa-free entrance to China if you're a Canadian citizen.
Wow. We go to China once in our lifetimes. Yeah. It's stupid. Carney Lyons saying he won't do that and the Canadian Liberals cope. Yeah. Carney has a pander to his libtard base against Trump, but he's further selling out to China. They're going to kill their auto industry just to sell more canola oil. Yeah. They're just screwing themselves over. They're getting nothing out of it. Meanwhile, we'll just take Venezuela's oil now. It's like, okay, bye. We don't need Canada anymore.
This is basically just Canada's like modern equivalent of NAFTA, but instead of with the United States and Mexico, it's China.
Yeah. The China electric vehicle doesn't work in the cold. Yeah, I mean, it's like electric vehicles are kind of shit in the cold anyways. And you're like, you're not getting, you know damn well they're not getting the high end ones. You know damn well they're getting the shit ones from China that are gonna work.
On top of that, it's still like newer technology.
Yeah.
There's still not really the infrastructure in place to like actually be able to deal with electric vehicles.
Yeah.
So
you're getting you get the shitty ones, not even like a Tesla or whatever. It's like so off-brand Chinese one no one ever heard about, more than likely. Has a shit battery. It runs like dog shit. It lasts like 5 minutes. You have to charge it, and they don't got any charging stations. I guarantee you, they don't got the charging station set up or whatever. So yeah. Didn't Canada issue an empty threat to turn off electricity in America because of Trump? You know what would have happened if they did that?
there actually would have been like a military conflict with Canada.
Well, if they would have done that, we would have probably blockaded them. Like unironically, we would have blockaded them. Even then, it's
and they
like,
would deserve it.
But even then, it's like all we would do is just divert electricity. They're making it sound like they produce like 90% of it. It's like 10% for one region. Like wow, the prices go up for a month. But then Trump would just like, hey, you're trying to harm American lives. We're not gonna fuck in like the cold weather. Like fuck you. Right wingers blaming Trump for this are retarded. Trudeau started this a decade ago. China's been placed troops there, drugs there, buying the real estate. Yeah. They've been doing this shit for years now.
I figure where's the meme where it's like can't like Canada when they're getting invaded by China, they're like sleeping, and then like Canada when they're being invaded by the US.
Yeah. Not even invaded, just a trade dispute.
Yeah.
The funniest one, the Canadian thing, it's like I know what you're talking about. That's the funniest one. It's like they're asleep and then just freaking they're loading their guns and shit. Which about the ban, by the way.
Same thing with the EU as well, too. I think they saw that meme.
Yeah, I saw that one too. But those are good. You thought you bought a Tesla and you ended up with a Tesla. Yeah, that's the type of shit Canada's gonna end up with. It's like some shitty knockoff with China. And that's what's gonna happen. Just people understand, like, you're not getting a good deal here at all. That's what I'm like questioning. Like, what do you gain? I mean, it's one thing. It's like South Korea, but China, the masters of making shit, not good shit. Like you're gonna trust some electric vehicles like that? Like, yeah, good luck.
I'm not even like what goods does Canada even specifically offer to like all these other countries? I guess maybe some oil, but I mean,
but what's gonna happen is we're just gonna
some farmlands.
They're gonna get screwed anyways because we're just gonna import more oil with Venezuela to the world market. So what's the point? And every month we just find more oil out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, just find freaking 1 trillion more barrels. Out of nowhere, just shows up. Princess Rider for
Yeah, and I
5.
also
Oh, go on.
didn't they wasn't there some index or something that revealed that Canada's expected to have like higher inflation this year? I forget like where I
Yeah,
saw that.
they
I
have
don't
far
have it
worse
on me.
inflation. America's actually really good right now on inflation. Like there's some of the lowest in the West right now. So
Mhm.
Prince Rider for 5. You see Mark Mitchell blaming the voters for electing a 78 year old to lead a revolution. Yeah, I like Mark Mitchell, but that was that was a bad take. Who you gonna vote for? If you didn't vote for Trump, who did you have?
Ron DeSantis.
Oh boy. I mean, like you could argue maybe if DeSantis would have won, maybe in some areas he would have been like the thing with DeSantis, he is an effective governor, but would that really translate to the federal government and would they really do what we want him to do? I just yeah, no. Trudeau from Venezuela is probably the reason why they're doing it. Because they know they've lost leverage to the US. Oh yeah, they screw themselves. They all they had to do was work with us. Are supposedly our best friends. And that's what they do. So we should take Venezuela. So great. Okay, I think that's it for real this time. I do got to get going. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed.